Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Abundology podcast. I'm Renee Spears, a spirit guide channeler and spiritual mentor, and I help people attract more money, love, time, and joy in their lives. I'm coming to you from a very rainy and wet Bozeman, Montana, and this is the weekly energy update for the week of June 4th, 2023. Every Sunday, I share the energy for the week ahead, and I also infuse the show with positive vibes, so you get a little positive energy boost just for listening. And happy June, and welcome to one of the most positive months of the year. With Mercury retrograde and that very intense eclipse season behind us, this month's energy shift brings us a fresh and exciting start to our next chapter, to our next adventure. As you know, we're currently in bright and shiny Gemini season, and we're still basking in that wonderful energy of last night's strawberry full moon. In fact, this whole month we're more optimistic than usual, and we feel free and open to possibilities. In order for fabulous and unexpected possibilities to arrive, though, you have to be open to them. So it's time to trust that great things are coming our way and to be free and open to any possibility. Our positive mindset this month is wonderful for moving forward and setting us up for future success. Now, the month of June is named after the Roman goddess Juno. She was the goddess of love and marriage, which is super fitting because our relationships with others are a theme this month. So June straddles both social Gemini season and nurturing Cancer season. And it has this energy that connects us to others in very, very heart-centered ways. We want to be social. We want to hang out with friends. We want to go out on dates and fall in love. We want to go on adventures. And this love energy really lights up tomorrow on Monday, June 5th, when the love planet Venus moves into the fire sign of Leo. We're going to have a boost of confidence, and don't be a bit surprised if you feel like dressing up and going out on the town. Even if you have been in yoga pants since pandemic times, you might feel like this. So normally Venus is only in a sign for about 3 weeks. But because it's going retrograde, it'll be in Leo for about 5 months. And this is perfect energy for falling and being in love this summer. And we're still basking in that optimistic energy of last night's full moon in Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius is a fire sign, and it's mutable, which means it's flexible and it wants to change and it wants to move on to the next thing. Sagittarius wants to learn new things and try new things, especially spiritual things around spiritual growth, psychology, and even religion. It wants to discover the deepest truths of the universe. Like, why are we here? What am I doing with my life? The energy of Sagittarius is very expansive and free and visionary. Once again, we're going to feel more optimistic than usual. And you'll consider all the possibilities and options of a situation instead of looking at the negative. So this is a time for spiritual growth and self-discovery. We're examining our beliefs, our new beliefs after all the changes we've gone through. Now, full moons are a time of releasing, and we're releasing our outdated versions. We're releasing ways of thinking and being that we've outgrown. We're releasing the old us. So this full moon is about reflecting on where we were 6 months ago and how far we've come and how much we've changed. And then to consider what's next. So think for a moment about what was going on in your life 6 months ago. That would have been last December. After all the astrological changes we've experienced the past 6 months, we are just absolutely not the same people we were in December. We've evolved. This full moon is for us to release that 6 month ago version, to let it go, and to step into the new you. And to embody the brighter version of yourself. Like, what can you release that is dulling your shine? What can you release that you've outgrown? I mean, we could take that releasing things literally and apply it to your stuff. like cleaning out your closet and your junk drawer, your household stuff, emails, maybe even books. Like this is prime decluttering and purging time. We're also, though, releasing outdated thoughts and beliefs. Like we're coming out of a time when we've evolved and now we consciously need to leave the old versions of us behind. You also might have an overwhelming sense of nostalgia with this moon. There's some grief in letting go of our old versions. It's a little bittersweet, like we're ready to release it, but we also have the realization that the last chapter is over. So Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter, my favorite planet, as we know, is all about expansion, adventure, and abundance. So when the full moon occurs in Sagittarius, it amplifies these Jupiter qualities even more. So currently we're expanding both in our personal and our professional lives. My favorite way to think about this time is that it's quest time. This full moon is preparing us for our next quest. And that quest is different for all of us. We're all starting something new. That could be maybe a new relationship, a new business, a new job, new hobby. Maybe you're learning to run a marathon or to learn to knit. And it's not surprising that this week I had 2 clients that are starting on a spiritual quest. I love, love, love the idea of a spiritual quest. And I think of spiritual quests like you're going to Tibet or somewhere exotic like that, but we don't need to go anywhere for a spiritual quest. We can find connection and enlightenment in our everyday lives. Every moment offers us that opportunity. So under this full moon, we're preparing for our quest by getting rid of things that don't fit in our luggage, that don't fit in our backpack, that we cannot take along on our adventure. We're getting rid of things we don't need for the journey. So my quest is about stepping fully into my business. I'm leaving behind the version of myself that's not tech savvy, and I'm fully stepping into launching recorded spiritual practices, which take, honestly, a lot of knowledge to set them up. But I did it, thank goodness. Now, the spiritual practices include more in-depth astrology than the podcast. They include tarot readings, meditations, visualizations, channeled messages from my spirit guides, and even a workbook. And I'll be releasing one for each full and new moon and other important astrological events like the upcoming summer solstice. I just released the first one, which is about this Sagittarius full moon, and it includes a meditation about leaving the stuff we don't need any longer behind and then setting out on our quest. So it's only $11, and I'll put a link to it in the show notes. I'm very excited, and man, it feels so good to finally be moving forward, doesn't it? This full moon gives us the confidence to move forward. Once again, we feel so optimistic about the future and where we're going. And what makes this full moon even better is that it happened a day after Venus in Cancer makes an exact trine with Neptune in Pisces and the moon. And this creates a grand trine. And grand trines are magic. And they bring opportunities and super positive, helpful vibes. And since Venus is involved in this one, it brings love, beauty, and even money. We'll take it. So I'm overjoyed about all of this wonderful energy because it is my birthday week. What a great week to have a birthday, huh? So on Friday, June 9th, I will be 59. So in celebration for one day only on Friday, I will be having a 59% off sale. This is 59% off appointments, gift certificates, and packages. And once again, it'll only be for the 24 hours of the 9th. So put it on your calendar and save a little bit of money. So I'm using this year to, of course, go out of my 50s with a bang, but to rev up for my 60s. I'll also put a link in the show notes to the Sagittarius full moon spiritual practice. Once again, it's only $11, and it is jam-packed with lots of good stuff. There's something for everyone. As always, thank you for listening and sharing this podcast with a friend that may find value in it. I'm off to celebrate my birthday with brunch with my friends Mona and Kelly at the Sage Lodge in Paradise Valley, Montana. Holy shit, does life get any better than this? So fun. So have a wonderful, optimistic, happy week, and I will talk to you again next week.